guys, and welcome to this week's ST video, where we are going to have a look at another ST arcade conversion, Beastbusters, published by Activision in 1991. And this game was developed by Images Design, who also developed Ninja Spirit, R-Type and Super Wonder Boy in Monster Land. So that brings me some hope, because these are all pretty solid games, more or less. And checking out the cover and ad artwork, I have to say I don't quite recognize the style here, and it's not artwork that was used in the arcade promotion, so yeah, I'm guessing this was commissioned. Looks pretty cool, but I have no idea who created it. And as I mentioned, this is an arcade conversion of SNK's rail shooter horror game, released in 1989. And this was actually for up to 3 players, and it had a pretty cool looking cabinet with 3 mounted Uzi light guns on it. Would certainly have drawn my attention back in the day. And in the game you blast zombies that are surprisingly well armed, given that they are zombies. It kind of feels like a sequel to Operation Wolf, just with enemy soldiers that have gone way beyond their best before date. And the game is also wonderfully gory, with body parts and bits and pieces flying all over. And the game was directed and produced by Hamachi Papa, who also worked on King of the Monsters, Savage Rain, King of the Monsters 2, The Next Thing, Mechanized Attack, and some other games. And the arcade game was quite successful all over the world, I believe. It became the most successful upright arcade unit of the month in January 1990, and was also highly successful in North America, becoming the second top earning arcade game in the early 90s, just below Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But hey, time to dive into the ST version. And this game is on 3 discs, so seems to be plenty of levels here, or data at least. And for some reason I couldn't get this to load in STE mode. It's supposed to work, but it refused to boot completely, maybe due to a emulation bug, I don't know. But hey, let's click something and see what happens. Okay, so we're gonna go with 1 player, and we have to insert disc 1 again, really? Oh, we get the arcade intros as well. This town is doomed. Those who enter never return. We've come to solve the mystery. I know what the mystery is. It's zombies. With guns! And grenades, which is interesting. Oh, here we are. Let's start blasting these guys and just straight into the game. And this looks, pretty good. Relatively speaking, the color palette is maybe a little bit limited, of course, but I kind of expected that. Sprites still look nice, and animation is pretty decent too, especially when you actually blast the zombies. They explode in a pretty gory fashion. I like that. It's a little bit sluggish though. And we also got grenades. And I believe we press the Alt key to throw them, and oh god, yeah, things are slowing down here pretty badly. There's a lot of things scrolling around in this game, and also scaling going on. I think we're going to see that right about here. Oh man, hard to get these zombie girls. They just keep scaling in a very wonky fashion. Yeah, this is running pretty slowly, and that was a very short subway train. Okay, is that it for stage 1? It is. Interesting. And now we're going to get a scaling section. A fully scaling section. This is going to get interesting. Oh, this is actually, well, kind of scaling. This is obviously pre-shifted the background here, but this looks pretty good. I'm a little bit impressed, and it's not running too badly. I had expected this to be awful. Let's press Alt and throw a grenade. That didn't do much. Yeah, this game runs pretty well. I am surprised. And it's just pretty hard hitting things, because the mouse isn't terribly responsive. You kind of can't catch up with some of the projectiles and enemies, because the mouse is just too slow. But again, this is far better than I expected. I would even say this is better than Operation Wolf on the ST, which was running pretty damn poorly. It's maybe a bit easy and each level feels maybe a little bit short compared to the arcade. What kind of place is this? We must go back. No, don't do that. And this game supports simultaneous 2-player. Not 3 players as in the arcade, sadly. At least I don't think so. That would have been very interesting. But yeah, 2 players, pretty cool. One can use the joystick and the other one can use the mouse. And the graphics, again, they look pretty nice. Although, again, a little bit limited in, color-wise. But I'm impressed by how this runs. I wish Image's Design had made more games, really, given that they had a bit of a knack for it. I mean, yeah. Let's use a grenade, maybe? No? Here we go. Oh, yeah, that's very satisfying. Oh, and I somehow seem to have enabled... Oh, yeah, I think I may have pressed the fire button on the joystick inadvertently here, so... Okay. I think I activated player 1. Or player 2, sorry. But we do have a bunch of continues. So let's carry on. Yeah, I wish Image's Design would have gotten to handle Outrun and some of the other scaling arcade conversions on the ST, which were absolutely god-awful. This is pretty respectable. But maybe a bit easy, at least right now. But I'm guessing that's going to change, right? And I can't quite remember how Operation Wolf played on the ST. I think it was pretty sluggish, not very impressive. I think Operation Wolf 2 was better, if I recall correctly. And we still get some gore, which I approve of course. But aiming is the biggest challenge, I would say, in this one, because, man, it's hard to kind of get that crosshair on top of the monsters, just to be able to catch up with the enemies when they move. It's a bit of a pain. Oh my. Have a grenade, whatever you are. It's a bit of a pause whenever I swap magazines, I think, and yeah, here's some pretty rough frame rates going on right here. But we can't have everything. This is an Atari ST after all, and it's pretty impressive that it's scrolling in all kinds of directions, and even had that kind of second stage where you go into the screen. That looked really nice and ran impressively well. Oh god. And we even have sample sound effects. I wasn't even thinking of that. Come here, stupid bat. Whatever you are. This stage certainly is a lot longer than the first two. He's still alive. Come on, just please cease to exist. And I think it's a pretty bold decision to have zombies use weapons. They were before their times. Yeah, this just keeps going and going and going. I'm pretty sure this would have been fun in 2-player. I wonder how much worse the game runs though. Okay, please, a new stage would be great. This is getting a little bit old right now, due to my lack of patience. And I love how you can shoot the bird that carries these fat guys and he will just drop. Very satisfying. And even the animation is pretty good. Oh my, it's got dynamite or something. Or maybe it was a Molotov cocktail. Keep out. I'm sorry, I don't follow instructions. Oh god! Wow! That's pretty impressive stuff. Let's just kill Jason here with some fire. Bodies are everywhere. Are these the missing? Well, given that most bodies just seem to explode, I don't know. Or turn into a zombie, whatever comes first. Okay, another scrolling section, or horizontally scrolling section I should say. Let's get that grenade, and there's another grenade. Yeah, I am officially impressed by this one. Got to say. And even the difficulty is pretty well done, well handled. Let's just throw a grenade. Maybe we can stop the grenade with the grenade. That's a novel thought. Oh, cool. Even get buildings that collapse. Wow. I mean, the frame rate is pretty bad here, but still, you know. I hope I'm supposed to kill these guys, right? Because they don't look entirely healthy, given their skin tones, but who knows, maybe they are just peaceful. No, it's the grenade chuckers, of course. And I'm a bit disappointed that I don't get to blow up the trash cans, but you can't get everything. Oh, it's a whole family of zombies doing some dancing, maybe? I'm not sure what's going on here, to be perfectly honest. I am dead. Okay. Let's continue. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened here. Oh, this looks a little bit like Operation Wolf 2, and it runs really well. Let's chuck in a grenade to make things a little bit more interesting. Did I die? I think I did. And then immediately continued. I wonder how this would run on a 16 megahertz machine. Maybe it would be more playable, unless they locked down the frame rate, which I don't think they did. Okay. I mean, the sprites are absolutely huge sometimes. That's very impressive. I'm pretty sure I would have been into this back in the day, for sure. Could you please just stop existing? There we go. Yeah, the game is a bit easy maybe, but could still be fun in multiplayer. It's safer near the river. Let's go. Sure. But to be fair, I have lost, I think, most of my credits by now. So it's not super easy, I'm guessing. Whoa. Angry Piranha. Also, awful frame rate. But, you know, I'd rather have awesome flying piranhas than a perfect frame rate. But that's just me. Okay, everyone's dead. Let's see if we get a nice game over screen. No, we don't, but we do get a pretty nice looking title screen. So, with that, I think we are going to head over to the review section and see what some other people had to say about this one. So, yeah, let's go. ST Format wasn't that impressed by the game and only awarded it 64%, and Neil Jackson wrote, Beastbusters is hackneyed nonsense, but it's strangely endearing nonsense. It's pure violence in a form that's difficult to take seriously. There are no problems of morality either, unless you're into zombie rights. It's got all the pap appeal of the original zombie splatter movies, which so obviously inspired it, but I wouldn't pay 26 quid to see all those again. And I don't think I would for Beastbusters either. And he also says, not as tough as the Operation Wolf series, so it won't last long, and that's a good point. And ST Action awarded the game a very similar score at 62%, and they wrote, following closely in the footsteps of arcade epics such as Operation Wolf and the fantastic new Space Gun, Beastbusters tries so very hard to bring the arcade excitement into our homes, and fails miserably. It is a reasonably average game, but it's all been done before, and unfortunately it still doesn't work. A few good points include the smooth scrolling and the number of bonuses available, but the sheer banality sadly outweighs these. And I suppose there isn't too much new in this game, and it's a pretty late game, being released in late 91, early 92, so yeah, I suppose they do have a point. But I still think I would have been reasonably impressed by this and played it, because it's kind of fun, and especially in 2-player. But yeah, I suppose it could get pretty repetitive, and I'm pretty sure there were better games to play, but still, not a terrible game in my opinion. So, hope you enjoyed this quick peek at Beast Busters, and I'm not sure why it's not called Zombie Busters, but hey, there's probably a reason for that in the storyline, if there is one. But yeah, anyway, hope you enjoyed it, thanks for watching, and as usual, hope to catch you next time. Cheers!